All right. Now, so how long ago did this start? I mean, when did you, I guess, really get serious about your career?
Probably about 6, 7 years ago. It was funny because prior to that, I started going out singing at karaoke bars because I was always nervous about going out and singing by myself. Like in school, I was in choir,
Right.
but I never would go out for like lead parts because I was always too nervous about singing myself.
So you didn't do like the solo and ensemble stuff? Any of that?
No, I was just petrified of doing that. And then
Show choir? Did you do that?
couldn't do it by myself. I did the choir, but not alone. With the whole group, I was good.
Okay.
So when I started going to karaoke, everybody's like, oh, you got to go up and you got to sing something. I'm like, oh, I don't know. So finally one night I got the nerve. I went up and I sang How Do I Live? And I went up and did it, and I was like, and everybody's like, oh my God, can you go up and sing again? And I started going out regularly now. Okay, I got my nerve up, you know, I'm going out, and everybody's like, can you record this song for me? Because I really like the way you sing it. And I want you to be in my car while I'm driving down the road. I'm like, okay. So, you know, I started with a studio in Galloway Township, and we just started recording some songs.
Okay.
And then I got hooked up with some songwriters through songwriting websites because I was like, oh, let me dabble in this because I was always writing poetry and stuff when I was younger. So I started writing music, and a couple of the songwriters that I had met had introduced me to a few people in Nashville. One of them, Eden Langworthy, he introduced me to Ted Hewitt, who is now my producer. And Ted, you know, decided to say, come on, you know.
So did you go from singing karaoke to singing recording, or did you do any band stuff?
No, I went from singing karaoke to recording to opening for Sammy Kershaw. Never singing with a band before in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first time I sang with a band was the night I opened for Sammy Kershaw.
I got it. How was that for you? How did that work out?
Well, I brought a lot of players from Nashville in, so it was a little bit more comforting, you know, because they do this every day, all day long.
Sure.
That's all they do. So it actually turned out great. Everybody was like, you would never know. You had never sung with a band before. They're like, you pulled that right off.
Because it's a whole different thing.
It really is.
Yeah, I've done it just a little bit, just a tiny bit myself, and from, you know, singing karaoke to a band. And the good news is with the players you're talking about, you know, if things are not going quite...
They carry you.
Right, they will carry you.
They will carry you.
That's the beautiful thing.
And it did. It worked out wonderfully. And then after that, you know, I went into recording a project. You know, first time in the studio, I had a project out. It was called It's a Woman Thing with some, you know, songs on there. There's probably 10 songs on there.
I saw that on Amazon.com.
Yeah, there was 3 of the songs on there that I wrote or co-wrote.
By the way, we're going to put Sherry Lynn's picture on our website pretty soon. We're getting that work done right now with a little feature called Future Hits. So
oh, very cool.
Your picture is going to be on there. That's why I went to Amazon.com. Oh, wow, she got some other stuff on here, too.
But, you know, so obviously with most artists, you know, first project, it's kind of not as good as the next one that's coming out. Well, after the project, the first one went out, I'm like, I've got to go out and start singing with a band. I'm like, I can't, you know, because I opened for Sammy Kershaw, I opened for Crystal Gale, and still I had no band. And I'm like, okay, it was getting very expensive bringing Nashville players in. Thus, I had met with a rock band in New Jersey.
Okay.
And
well,
that's how Michael came into the picture. And I tried turning them into a country band. Well, first they sounded like they were interested, but then they we never heard from them after that. I was like, okay, my heart sank. Because it's hard in New Jersey finding a country band. So they had a situation where their lead singer, who was a female, quit. So they had
here I am.
They had a gig in 3 weeks that they needed a female singer for.
Okay.
So they came to me.
The tables turned.
The tables turned. So I had to learn their rock songs in 3 weeks, which I did.
All right. So, like, what kind of rock songs are you talking about?
We're talking Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar.
Oh, that's okay.
Evanescence. Evanescence.
Oh, all right.
Call Me When You're Sober. I mean, I was picking up some stuff, Melissa Etheridge. I mean, so I learned all of their songs, and I said, I'll do yours if you come and learn my country songs. And that was it. They've been playing with me ever since.
What's the band called?
Local Fix.
Local Fix. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to sing something for us now?
Sure. We'll do a song that's coming on my upcoming project. The album's going to be titled So Much More, and that's going to be out in the spring. And this song is called Girls Will Be Girls.
Okay. Now, you mentioned when we were talking about riding motorcycle, you said this would be a good one for me. I would like this.
Well, there's a mention of a Harley in here.
All right. Go for it. All right.
Ready? can still remember me and my sister raiding mama's makeup, lipstick all over our face. Yeah, what a mess we made. And back when I was 15, I'd leave the house in blue jeans, take a short skirt and change when I got to school. No, mama, she never knew. No. Spring break, college days, all I'm gonna say about that is girls will be girls from the start of this old world. We've been shaking things up, all the trouble we can get into. Breaking hearts, taking names, driving all the little boys insane. And that ain't ever gonna change. Oh, girls will be girls, will be girls, will be girls. The boys can have their Harleys, all those bachelor parties. They get a little wild and they think they're the crazy ones. Ain't got a thing on us, no. After a few margaritas, boy, you ought to see us talking trash, dancing on the bar, every eye in the room is watching our every move, yeah. And when we get loud, they don't kick us out. They just shake their heads and say, girls will be girls from the start of this old world. We've been shaking things up, all the trouble we can get into. Breaking hearts, taking names, driving all the little boys insane. And that ain't ever gonna change. Oh, girls will be girls, will be girls, will be girls. We'll let you see our sweeter side if you hold us close and treat us right. And if you're lucky, we'll even let you put a ring on our hand, long as you understand that girls will be girls, will be girls, will be girls. Oh, girls will be girls, will be breaking hearts, taking names, driving all the little boys insane. And that ain't ever gonna change. Oh, girls will be girls, will be girls, will be girls. Girls will be girls, will be girls, will be girls, will be girls, will be girls.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice.
You like that?
I like it a lot, and what's impressive, and folks may not know this, it sounds great that you can do and sing this right now and stay in pitch and do everything just right, because it's not easy to do that in this environment. I know that for a fact.
No, studios kind of work well for you, but that's one thing I was blessed with, you know, really being able to sing well live. So,
and even some very, and I'm not mentioning any names, some very popular country artists have an issue with that in concerts. They have a little bit of help here and there. There's a little secret for everybody now. Yeah. A little inside stuff, and you guys know it well.
Yeah, we know it, but you know, it is one thing. I'd have people come up to me, you know, even a lot with the last project. Oh my God, you were so much better live than you are in your CD. They're like, no offense there, but I'm like, well, I'm hoping that's a good thing somewhere down the line.
It is a good thing. It's obvious you get into it. You're really enjoying what you're doing, so that's fantastic.
Yes.
All right, so we've got that. Tell us about that album again. That's coming out when?
It's coming out in the spring of 2011. Okay. It will be in the stores.
All right.
It's going to be called So Much More.